Welcome to your daily 49ers update. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Here is what's happening. Nick Bosa may have been able to gut his way through the game last week, but he is really going through it right now.
Yeah, it's probably the worst thing I've had to play through. But hopefully I'm able to rest it up this week and get back out there.
Are you confident you can play Sunday? Thank you so much.
We'll see. It's going to be definitely close.
That is not reassuring. Look, the Niners need this game, okay? It's a divisional game, it's an NFC game, and it's one of the easier games left on their schedule, frankly. It is all hands on deck week. They need Nick Bosa against the Seahawks on Sunday. As for the rest of the injury report, Bosa, of course, did not participate. George Kittle didn't participate with a hamstring injury. Kyle Shanahan said he expects Kittle back at practice today. We'll see. Trent Williams has his normal rest day, but was also listed with an ankle injury. He did not participate. Mitch Wishnowsky's back flared up. More on him a little later. Mooney Ward still dealing with personal issues, and Kevin Givens did not participate with a groin. Christian McCaffrey, John Feliciano, and Chris Conley were all limited. Kyle Shanahan specifically said that McCaffrey did not have a flare-up with his Achilles. They're just trying to be smart with how they manage him. And on the plus side, Renardo Green and Yetur Gross-Matos were full participants in practice. Moving on now, Deommodore Lenoir met the media for the first time since signing his big deal. As you can imagine, he was pretty pumped when he got the news.
When I heard my agent tell me the deal was finally done, I burst out into tears. It was, that I finally, able to change my family's life, for generations, so it was just a blessing.
Do you feel this deal puts a target on your back, or do you feel like it's already been there?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm happy if it did put a target on my back because I'm ready for anything.
Lenoir is never going to lack for confidence, and that's part of the reason we love him so much. Last one for you now. This one comes from Kyle Shanahan. Of course, he was happy Lenoir got paid. Good players sticking around is always good for a head coach. But, Kyle, why can't you fix the damn special teams?
It's real difficult. I mean, you got the choices you got, and as guys get in right when you get comfortable with somebody, and, you start out the year playing a lot of young guys, and you think they'll get better as the year goes, and then some of your vets get hurt, and now those young guys are starters, and so that bumps other guys up, and it hurts their development when they try to do both because they needed a lot more reps, but as they get more pressure on them for offense and defense, it's tough. You got guys like even like Jordan Mason. He was one of our best special teams players last year, and he's been our starting running back for 8 of the games until last week. So all that stuff is a trickle-down effect. You try to get practice squad guys up who you think can help, but they better, one guy gets hurt and they don't know a position that can cost you a game too. So all that's challenges everyone has with special teams. You also aren't going to do a bunch of live stuff and full field stuff because you might get a little bit better, but you'll hurt your team before you even started. So it's stuff you just constantly harp on, constantly talk about. We get some of the mistakes we made earlier in the year, which puts all eyes on it. And that's why each little one we do now, it only builds the pressure on those guys. But I do like how they're kind of all committed to fix it, and they're all working real hard, but we got to do better.
Let's just say that is a less than satisfying answer. Basically, word salad from Kyle Shanahan saying, well, we're just going to keep doing the things we've been doing and hope it gets better. And as I always say, hope is not a strategy. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday. Remember when Deommodore Lenoir posted footage from rookie minicamp of him being too rough that got Kyle Shanahan fined $50,000? Well, Kyle remembers too, and now that DK has this new deal, he addressed that situation yesterday. If you want all the details, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, the status of Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf. He missed the last 2 games before the bye with a knee injury. He did fully participate in practice yesterday. We'll see how he feels later today. Obviously, that would be a boost for their offense if he could go. One thing you may have missed, there's a new punter in town. The 49ers signed veteran Pat O'Donnell because Mitch Wishnowsky's back injury flared up. O'Donnell didn't punt in the NFL last year, but he did play for the Packers in 2022. He also has a lot of experience as a holder because remember, that's also Mitch's job. So we'll see what happens at that spot, but we could have a new punter against Seattle. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Click the bell so you get notified when we're live. which is every single weekday after every single 49ers game, and of course, after all breaking news. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.